Hi folks, and welcome along to the latest edition of Checking It Out from the Panthers office in association with the GMB. My guests on the couch in the office this week are GB Under-20s captain Ollie Bettridge. We'll be talking about his medal-winning exploits just before Christmas with him. We've also got Mr. Utility, Evan Mosey, the speedster, the guy with the engine, the guy who plays defence when we need him to and attack when we need him to as well. They're coming up in Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB. We've also got guests on the gallery today as well. Dan Green's here.
Yeah!
He'll be looking at the win over Fife and what a comeback win that one was with Eddie when they do analysis of the highlights. We've also got guests. We've got Spike. Heaven knows why he's called Spike. Gareth from My Zone, the effort monitors that the boys wear on their chest. Some of them even wear them in a game. He's from My Zone. We'll be talking to him. And we've also got we've got the guys from Earthing Services. They used to be called FM Sudafix, but that's just an alias that they don't use anymore. And now they're called Earthing Services. We've got John and Sean from one of our biggest sponsors with us on the gallery as well. But first, it's my pleasure to welcome Ollie and Evan to the show. Big weekend coming up, starting Friday night. Friday night's not a usual night, but it's not a totally strange night to us, Evan. We're used to playing some games on a Friday, but they don't get any bigger than Belfast Visit this time.
No, they don't. I think Friday is one of those games it's a must-win for us, along with pretty much every game of the season now. And Belfast is a really good team, and we just got to make sure we play the best we can and hopefully get the win.
And they got spanked last weekend by Sheffield Steelers, which put Sheffield in a very handy position.
I was going to say,
the
did they lose both at home? Oh, so they're kind of struggling a little bit. So they're going to come out pretty hard against us, and they'll be pumped up and trying to get a road win. So that's what we're up against already.
And two or three of them, Chris Higgins, Ollie, Brandon Benedict, Johnny Boxill. They know this place. They're not going to be fazed by us. They're used to playing in a big barn.
No, all very skilled players. We've got to play it like a playoff game and let's do our best.
We'll talk about GB later in the show. Let's look back at last weekend. Evan, that was a come-from-behind Lazarus-type performance. And it must be, it's frustrating to watch sometimes because we're creating the chance. I mean, the shots on goal tally shows that the game plan's okay. Because we're out shooting teams, but they're not hitting the back of the net. We're not hearing Eddie on commentary saying he scores.
No,
as often
which
as we'd
we
like
love
to.
hearing Eddie always.
We don't we, Eddie?
We always love to see Eddie lose.
Eddie,
his mind
shout one out for us. Come on, Eddie.
I haven't really got it.
Come on, he scores. Come on, Eddie. It's your trademark line. It's your signature line.
I do.
Scores.
Oh, Eddie.
We do love hearing Eddie freak
Evans
out.
just steamed down the wing. He's got the turbos going. He's roofed it. What does Eddie say?
He scores!
There we go.
Eddie.
Evan, how do we get Eddie to do that more often?
We got to score more, obviously.
Yeah, but how do we score those goals?
Oh, just to be honest, I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and I think, like you said, the shot total, and we're getting our chances. So you can't really be upset about the effort and the execution. It's just we just got to learn how to finish right now, and I think once we get more confidence, some guys and guys start relaxing, I think we'll start putting pucks in the back of the net, and I think we'll be all right.
Now, Ollie, you're the youngster on the team. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure you expected there to be games, as there have been of late, where your ice time is very limited out there in a game because it's tight and the coaches know everything's on the line and what have you. But you're still learning, aren't you, from being associated with the squad and being around the squad in those big games?
Yeah, it's massive for me. So obviously I'm still a young Brit, and I just try and keep positive around the boys. Obviously we're all up for all the games. We've just got to keep our confidence high. The bounces are going to come our way, and for the rest of the season now, it's all a playoff game really, because we obviously want to come out with some massive wins. And I just look forward to it.
And sometimes, I know myself, because I've been around long enough to see guys come through the system, you learn from other guys' mistakes, because they'll come and sit down on the bench between shifts and say, I shouldn't have done that, and what have you. They're not saying, Ollie, don't do what I did there, but they're saying it out loud. They're apologising to their teammates on the bench. And that kind of information, that kind of insight has to rub off.
Yeah, I'm always listening. All the boys obviously give me heads up. They'll give me really good confidence. I just try and pick up as much as I can and just keep it along the way.
Evan, you've mentioned confidence. Ollie's just mentioned it there. Guys like Andy Bombach couldn't find the back of the net. Then he gets it 3 times in the comeback against Fife. Sport, all sport, not just ice hockey, but sport is a lot to do with confidence and momentum.
Yeah, confidence is a pretty huge factor that I think no one really considers, because you can be the most skilled player, but if you're not confident in your ability and what you can do on the ice, it's hard to get points and be productive. But Andy struggled a little bit during the game, and he had chances, but it's just when he can turn it on and when he gets some confidence and some momentum, he's an unbelievable player, and he's so skilled, and it's just crazy. And to be honest, it was really good to just watch him yesterday figure it out in the third and just turn the switch on, because you're like, this guy, he's unbelievable.
And that monkey, you saw him climb off his back when he took the penalty shot.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw him get a penalty shot, I knew he was going to score, because he has like 3 solid moves that he'll always score on. So as soon as he got it, I knew he was going to score. I didn't even really need to watch him, and then so he scored on that, and you could just see the confidence, and he was going from that point on, which was good to see.
Yeah, Ollie, he looked about a foot taller after the penalty shot went in.
Yeah, he did. His confidence rose a lot, and you can see it in everybody's game. When everyone gets confidence and they get going, people in our team are unstoppable. We've got some massive key guys. Everyone's a key guy in our team, and as soon as confidence gets there, no one's going to stop us, really.
There's a lot of skill in the Panthers' locker room, but it's not being converted into goals. That was the story in Cardiff, really, on Saturday. There were chances, they weren't taken. There was some bad puck luck, as they say these days. It's kind of the in-phrase, puck luck, we're not getting any and what have you. There were a couple of mistakes. They took their chance. I got the impression watching that one that Cardiff pretty much copied what we'd done in there the last time we were there, and we won.
Yeah, it was one of those games where it was kind of frustrating for us, just because we were getting chances. I think we had like 7 or something, like solid scoring chances, and we just couldn't score. It was just one of those frustrating games for us where we had chances and we didn't score, and every chance they had, they ended up scoring with some bad breaks. So for us, but it was just one of those games. It was just frustrating.
And it's an awkward place to go. It doesn't matter. Just because you won 7-3 there last time doesn't mean you're going to go there and win 7-3 this time.
And it's one of the hardest places, I think, in the league to play. And to be honest, I'm not too upset that they're moving to a new rink in a little bit. I'm actually very delighted, because I don't like the Big Blue Tent one bit.
Do you have a favourite rink, Ollie? Other than ours, obviously.
Is it the Big Blue Tent?
Nah, the Big Blue Tent's a good one for a forward.
Not for a D.
Not for a D. No, I'm a big fan of the big ice. There's a lot more room to make plays, and it's a lot more fun to play on the big ice. So the Big Blue Tent.
Playing on our big ice and playing a massive part in that win was our new goalie, Shane Madolora.
Ooh, Mads. Yeah, I thought he played phenomenal both games this week, and I thought he played good in Cardiff, because that's not the easiest place to come into. Small rink. They got a lot of big guys and a lot of firepower on that team, and I thought, he came in, and that's a weird rink for a goalie, because your angles and everything are different than a big ice, which he's used to. But I thought he played unbelievable Saturday, and then yesterday at home he played unbelievable again.
And then he saved all 3 of their shots in the penalty shootout, which meant we got that vital, could be crucial extra point. The angles, the different way you have to approach it as a goalkeeper was one of the aspects we talked about. I caught up with Shane Madolora after the win over the Fife Flyers. Joining us for a quick catch-up after his very first weekend of black and gold action, his new netminder, Shane Madolora. Shane, pleased to be in Nottingham?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a whirlwind so far, but I really like it here.
2 games on your opening weekend, tough one in Cardiff, because that's a tight rink and it must be difficult for a goalie to get his bearings. What was the rink size in Italy? Was that tight?
Everything was usually Olympic size. There were a few sheets that were pretty small, a little bit bigger than Cardiff, but most of the time it was Olympic size sheet.
And is that difficult to cope with when you get out there and you see how close the wings are?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We get going to Cardiff and everybody's right on top of you, and everything's happening really quickly, and then we come back over here and you have a lot more time as far as moving side to side, or if there's a rebound and stuff like that. So it's a hard adjustment to go.
It was a tough old debut weekend for you, because in Cardiff there was the power play and the rebound, and then a couple of really unlucky pieces of puck luck, as the guys call it these days, and they got 3 and we got 1, and then against Fife, it was against the run of play that we were 2-0 down, but that was character in the third period.
Yeah, absolutely. We started to get on the same page, and everybody started rolling in the third, and towards the end of the second we noticed that things were starting to go well for us, and we were kind of dominating the play. So they kind of just hung around and capitalized on their chances, but we had knew that was kind of their game plan from the beginning. But is good that we started rolling towards the second half of the game.
Now, for a netminder, had you dreamed that your home debut for the G&B Panthers in front of 5,000 people would go to a penalty shootout and you'd be the hero?
No, I didn't think it was gonna go that way. I thought we were gonna have a little bit more goal support, but it's good. It's good to get the win either way.
The fans were chomping at the bit. They were tense. They were only using the edge of their seats, as they said, in days gone by at the team in London. But then at the end, everyone left with wraparound grins.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great that we were able to come away with the win and they could go away happy.
That's the guy they've inevitably nicknamed Mads. Shane Madolora, our new goalie. Our backup goalie, Dan Green, is with Eddie as they do the analysis of the aforementioned win over the Fife Flyers.
We're here with Dan Green, and we're going to look at the highlights from the Fife Flyers game. To start off, power play tally by the Fife Flyers. Nice tap play. They forgot Fox in the center of the box, and they capitalized.
Yeah, I think it was just a really nice goal by them. Obviously, worked the puck around well. They had a couple of chances before that, and finally got their goal.
Now, this is actually a heck of a shift by Cam Jansen. He forces the puck deeper into the zone, and then big hit, but in the neutral ice. That was a bone cruncher, that was.
Yeah, that's obviously what Cam does best. Gets out there, moves his feet, finishes his hits, and just generally terrorizes people.
There's one more hit from Cam coming up. Boy, does he get decked there. And speaking of hits, now David Ling. He's not the biggest guy, but boom, right there.
Yeah, Linger's actually, he's pretty strong and he can get some speed up. So yeah, it's not sort of the biggest part of his game, but when he needs to, he can definitely be really physical.
Now watch Uri Kolnick. He's shadowing Ryu. He makes the play, rips the puck off, outlet pass to Brad Moran. He's going to try to give Brown the old how do you do, but the 5-hole's closed.
Yeah, it was a really good move there by Mo. He's actually really good one-on-one. So as soon as he got that, I thought he was going to score, but a really nice save by Brown.
Now this is an absolute elite play from Stewart. Watch him on his off wing, carving in, and goes low blocker. What a rifle that was. And goalies don't like low blocker, do they?
No, it was a really good shot. And obviously he used the defenseman there as a screen, so he just held onto the puck until the D-man was right in front of the goal. And yeah, as you said, great shot there, low blocker.
Next up, we're going to have a penalty kill that the Panthers are working with, but they generate speed. Andy Bomback will take the feed off Lakovic. And I actually talked to Graham Mosey, Evan Mosey's dad, and he says when you're on a breakaway like that, 99% of the time, you're just trying to draw the penalty shot, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I think obviously great kill by Evan Mosey and the boys there, but yeah, great work from Lacko. He manages to get the puck over to Bomber and he gets taken down.
Now here comes Andy Bomback. Watch him sell the shot and watch the blocker on Brown. As soon as he sells it, the blocker goes down, and moment the goalie bites first, he's toast.
Yeah, I think this is a move I've seen Bomber do a few times. This is one of his patented moves. Really good head fake, and then obviously low blocker, like we saw with Danny Stewart there, is a great spot to shoot.
Now this was a spicy play. Watch Cam Jansen just dig out the loose puck. I think me and Mika on commentary might have thought for a brief second that went in, but just rang it off the iron. Now such a smooth breakout here. As soon as David Clark puts the brakes on, look, D's caught low, and the back checkers are caught high. Andy Bomback exploits the seam and trickles one through.
Yeah, it was a really nice, like you said, from start to finish. Great breakout pass there from Sam Oakford and nice delay by Clark in. Yeah, Bomber just throws it to the net, and obviously we haven't been getting that much luck with those chances, but finally we managed to get one in.
And off to the shootout we go. Dingle gets the nod first. He wants to go 5-hole, but Madolora closes the door on him.
Yeah, he really comes out a long way there, Mads, and cuts down the angle and just follows him perfectly and shuts up the 5-hole.
Now watch this move by Andy Bomback. He pulls a different one. He's going to fake the backhand, and Brown goes down, bites again, and that's when he burns him.
Yeah, basically, almost an identical move, except for at the end he goes 5-hole. Obviously, he probably didn't want to do the same move twice because Brown will probably know what he's going to do, so he just slips it 5-hole.
Now Fox coming in with speed and couldn't just quite lift that over the pad.
Yeah, again, nice idea. Tried to go low blocker, which obviously for a left-handed shot's great, but just a great save again.
Now watch this move by Uri Kolnick and David Brown with a 10-bell save for sure. Man, did he rob him there.
Yeah, that was a huge save. It was a great move by Coco. Got him to buy it, and he had kind of half the empty net, but great dive in desperation save.
Now watch Madalora's glove. He commits to the poke check, but that glove stays up, and holy moly, what a goalie. That was a heck of a way to start his career.
Yeah, it's obviously great for him. Huge shootout, and especially saving all three of them and getting his first one on home ice is awesome for him.
I'm sure, as you can see, all the boys very ecstatic. And that's the end of those highlights, and we're going to jump up on the gallery and meet our guests.
Doesn't take much to make me happy and to make me smile with glee. You got the best of my love.
The new Fiat 500, the Icon Reloaded. In Fiat showrooms now.
Best of my love.
Whatever your white good needs, whether it's sales or repairs, choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. With nearly 50 years of family business experience with all major brands, we'll make sure you take home the product that fits your needs, with no hidden extras. Choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. Friendly family business that cares. Nearly 50 years speaks for itself.
I'm Jeff Dimon, and you're watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB.
The Nottingham Legend. Good beer, good food, good atmosphere, and not a wrist shot away from the arena. Where hockey people serve hockey people and all sports come together. Friendly staff, friendly pub. Meet at Nottingham Legend before, during, and after Panthers home games. Right next door to the arena, the Nottingham Legend, where sports meets entertainment every day of the week.
Ice hockey, the world's fastest team sport, played in Nottingham by the GMB Nottingham Panthers. For tickets and fixtures, visit panthers.co.uk.
We're here on the Chickzamic Gallery with our friends from Earthing Services and MyZone. First, Sean and John, you sponsored the game against the Five Flyers, and what a game you picked to sponsor.
Certainly was a tough one, and the guys kept us on tender. It was right until the very end of the game. But wow, we got the points, and that's what really counts.
Did you ever doubt it?
No.
There we go. And for those who don't know what Earthing Services is, or just have seen it around the arena, could you expand what it is?
Yeah, well, our original association with the club started with FM Sudafix, and essentially what we do is keep large-scale infrastructure safe, electrically safe, so people don't get an electric shock or no one's TV blows up. So there's no real reason for anyone in the arena ever really to call us, unless they're going to have a power station in the garden. But failing that, there's the association isn't to try and sort of drag people into our product. It's really a demonstration of our commitment to the communities that we support and that have supported us. And it really sort of goes back to one of our previous incarnations, which sponsored a former player, being Simon Perkins, who's actually my cousin. And as time went on, it made more sense in our new guys as FM Sudafix and then Earthing Services to actually start sponsoring the whole team. So that's what we did.
And what year was this again?
We started our sponsorship of the whole team back in 2010, and with Perko, it was back in his juniors. So tried to keep through all the whole career.
There you go, Earthing Services, the heroes of Nottingham that keep us free from electric shocks. Now, quickly, I gotta ask, so many characters this year in the team. Any standouts for you?
Well, I have to say we have a team of superstars all through the lines, and I don't think I can actually nominate one. Diplomatically, they're all great.
They sure are. The boys are something else. Now, on over to Gareth from MyZone, and you actually brought a prop today. Can you show us what it is?
I bought one of the activity monitors that we actually sell, and this is what the players use. So I've brought that along just so people can see that it's a wearable technology,
Now, I quickly, earlier on, we caught up and you said that there's this sort of a social media aspect type to the workout. Can you explain what that's all about?
Yeah, what you've got with the belt, everyone gets an online account, so you can actually challenge friends, because the main thing with this is not just for elite sports clubs or anything like that. It's for regular people, everyone. I've got one, Joe Bloggs down the road can have one. But the gamification side of things means that you can earn status rankings, you can challenge friends, you know, so you can see what everyone's work out and what they're achieving. And ultimately, this bases everything off the effort you put in, so it levels the playing field. So we could have a challenge against the players, and they might be a lot fitter than us, but because it's based on effort, we can still get the reward, you know.
So it really works out not just for athletes, but the regular person, as you said. And quickly, we got to say, obviously, you've been associated with the GMB Nottingham Panthers, and I understand you've expanded overseas.
Yeah, we've managed to, off the back of the Panthers, pick up a club over in North America. So that's been really good for us. And obviously, it's not just ice hockey, it's many sports clubs. But to have something come directly off the back of the sponsorship deal has obviously meant it's paid dividends in that sense. And yeah, it's exciting about where it can go within the sport as well, you know.
Certainly, that's a great little piece of insight you gave us there. And now we're going to go back to the couch with Gary, Evan, and Ollie.
Whatever your white good needs, whether it's sales or repairs, choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. With nearly 50 years of family business experience with all major brands, we'll make sure you take home the product that fits your needs, with no hidden extras. Choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. Friendly family business that cares. Nearly 50 years speaks for itself.
Amore. Subito.
Say hello to the all-new Fiat 500X. The Italian crossover, ready for action in all Fiat showrooms from April 24th.
I'm Evan Mosey. You're watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB.
The Nottingham Legend. Good beer, good food, good atmosphere, and not a wrist shot away from the arena. Where hockey people serve hockey people and all sports come together. Friendly staff, friendly pub, meet at Nottingham Legend before, during, and after Panthers home games. Right next door to the arena, the Nottingham Legend, where sports meets entertainment every day of the week.
You're watching Checking It Out with the GMB from the Panthers office. We're back on the couch with Ollie and Evan. Ollie, I said we'd do this, and that's why you're here. Limited ice time, as we've said at the top of the show, with the Panthers in these key crunch games. You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
We expected that. There's no surprises there, but you're ready to jump into the action when needed.
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of jumping into the action with GB, with the junior team. You had the C proudly on your chest, following in a good Panthers tradition there, and you came away with a medal, and it was so close to being not a bronze medal, a silver medal, and a gold medal. In a nutshell, try and explain the mathematics of that.
Oof. Well, we all ended up on 8 points. It felt unfortunate for us that Poland beat us. So we beat Slovenia, we beat Ukraine, but because France beat Poland, we have more than 4 goals and we pick up a bronze, which is really unfortunate for us. The good thing is about the tournament is Japan obviously couldn't make the tournament, which means we couldn't get relegated. So it means that we could play a lot more free, the boys could actually play, and hopefully pick up a medal, which we did. So it meant like key guys like myself as hooky, we've got the Duggans, all those sort of players, and yeah, we had a great tournament. The boys were unbelievable. The place I went to was really nice.
Where were you playing?
We played in Majiv, just near Mont Blanc. So it was really smart. The ski season was on just at the time. So
surely you weren't allowed to ski.
No, we didn't
Did you
go
hit the
skiing.
slopes?
No, we didn't go skiing.
He's lying. He definitely did.
Did he?
Oh, I know he did. Oh yeah, I could
like
see
that
this.
Panthers once went on a mid-season break to Andorra, and the T-shirt said "Tuck and Go."
Yeah.
They just went to the top of the black runs, and it doesn't happen these
Just
days.
starfish your way down.
Yeah.
We're more professional. So it was great scenery, great tournament.
Unbelievable.
And how proud were you to wear the suit?
Yeah, it's a great fit. It's always nice to put on a C for your own country, and it was nice to be a leader for once, and it was great to just go away and the ice time I did and pick up a bronze medal was just such a great feeling.
And you followed, like I say, in a tradition. Stevie Lee's had C's and A's in the past, and other players.
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, you got big guys like Stevie, Clarkey, Farms, Lacko. All those guys have all done the same sort of thing. So yeah, it's lovely.
All bodes well for the future, Evan. It's all part of the learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great experience for Ollie and especially the guys in the GB team. You know, it's a great accomplishment to medal in anything that you do. So, you know, it's great for Ollie. It's a good experience, especially being so young and being able to have a leadership role and do good at it like he did for GB. So it's just great for Ollie.
And it bodes well, as I say, for the Panthers. Speaking of experiences, forward or defence, which do you prefer?
Oh, depends where we're playing.
All right, at home, forward or defence?
So I like defense at home because the ice is bigger and you got more room, but I do like forward because you can score. Because my shot's not hard enough to score from the blue line. I can barely get there.
Big blue tent, forward or defense?
Well, big blue tent is either bench
On the bench.
or forward. It's not defense.
Big blue tent, car park?
Yes, that's what
you
you'll
haven't
find
seen
me.
the state of the car park. There's some potholes in that as well.
Yeah, that's where you'll see me. No, I think it doesn't really bother me, to be honest, where I play, wherever Corey needs me, or where the team's kind of lacking. I'll just fill a spot, and right now, obviously, we're lacking a little bit with guys on defense.
Is there a switch in the Evan Mosey mind that says, right, I'm on defense mode now? Because it's not the easiest thing to do. We've had a couple of players in the past that can do it, that can be a forward or a defenseman, and instantly, transpose themselves from being a forward to being a defenseman. But you're not transformers out there. You don't switch from a car into a role. It has to take a few shifts, if not a couple of periods.
Yeah, it definitely takes a few if you're going like from forward going back to D. It'll take a few shifts to get used to, maybe like a day of practice, maybe. But like, it's one of those things. If Corey can tell me like the day before a game or like pretty good amount of time before the game, it's just one of those things where you just got to sit and think about what you're doing and like kind of visualize. You're playing defense now. You're not gonna be always up in the offensive zone, but there has been sometimes this year where I'll get caught in the offensive zone and I'll start back checking and forget that I'm a defenseman, and I'll stop skating at like the red line, and then in my head be like, oh geez, I gotta skate 400 more feet to the zone now. It's like so.
Do you ever look around and say, where's that guy that should? Oh, that's me. That
Yeah,
should be me.
there has been sometimes where like I've been playing D and I've like rushed the puck up, and then when I'm coming back, I'll stop skating and I'm like, where the heck is our D man? And then I'm like, oh, sorry guys.
That's me.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't leave this guy wide open in front of the net.
So you're pretty much locked into D at the moment, defense.
Yeah, right now I think with we got some injuries with Stevie and Dimmer, so right now just been playing defense and I don't know, trying to do my best and help the team.
And you'll both be doing your best to help the team Friday night against the Belfast Giants and then in Sheffield on Saturday.
Yeah, 2 massive games this weekend, like huge games. We really do need the points and start picking up some wins. So Friday's going to be massive against Belfast, and we travel to Sheffield on Saturday, which is my birthday, by the way. Saturday.
We might mention you for the Flower Vision bouquet later.
Yeah, so we might as well win then,
so
Ollie.
it'd be nice to
If it's your birthday, we might as well win it.
We might as well get a win.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Can we do that? Can we win back-to-back games? It's something we haven't done for a while.
Something that we're completely capable of. I think the guys in the locker room, are smart and they know what needs to be done, and I think if we get some confidence and we play like we did, I think we didn't play bad Saturday. If we come out like that, like Friday, I think we'll be perfectly fine.
Wish you both well this weekend. Let's do our awards. What we're going to start with, we'll start with the Flower Vision Award. That's our imaginary bouquet award. You can't have it for your birthday, Ollie.
No, that's all right.
Oh, sorry. I thought about giving it for your birthday. I also thought about giving it to David Bowie, who passed away sadly this week. Played a big part in the music of my teenage youth. He's probably a bit old for these guys. You're both too young for David Bowie. Wasn't a big fan of yours. You weren't a big fan of his. So it's not going to Bowie. It's actually going to go to Jack Fern. Bless you, Jack. You copped for a puck in the face. It's so bad a bruising, we're not even going to show the still photograph that's been on social media, but we wish you a speedy recovery. And folks, remember, keep your eye on the puck at all times with Warrior. It does travel at speed. and it does leave the playing surface.
Doesn't feel good.
And it does not feel good. I've got the scars, Evan's got the scars, Ollie's got scars from the pub. But the Flower Vision imaginary bouquet goes to you, Jack. And it's time now for the Grimaldi Jim Grice sponsored clown moment of the week. It's named after Joseph Grimaldi, the Edwardian clown, and nobody else. Any other similarities is purely coincidental. Pure coincidence. I had a couple of nominations for this. It was nearly Ollie. Why were we nearly giving it to you?
I can't actually remember why.
Oh,
I have a good nomination, actually.
Go on.
Dan Green in warm-ups, just standing, falling, with no one. Was just standing there and just fell.
Was that ice slippy again, Dan? Yes. Did they make the ice slippy side up again?
It was. I was stretching, and I looked at him, and he was standing there like doing his normal thing, and then I looked down, looked up, and he was already on the ice. And I was like, what? And there was no one by him. I was like, what just happened?
It's close to getting it down.
You know what happened? One of the walls came down, the wind got to you and just blew you right over.
Yeah. The sniper got you. Yeah. The one that knocks over opponents sometimes when Cam goes near them. Yeah. You can't have it though, simply because the off-ice crew came up with something this week, and it's an old story, but it's a guy called Baz, one of our goal judges, took over a few years ago. And the story came to light, and because of it, at the game on Sunday against Fife, they brought in a child swimming ring and blew it up for him and tied it next to the Zamboni pit. Because on his first ever game, he was sent round for the bucket of snow, bucket of ice, to keep the pucks in. You know, when you see them hand the puck over to the goalies and what. So right, no one was there, the Zamboni was out on the ice, so he thought, oh, it's down there in the pit. Now this pit is quite a deep pit, but he'd never been up close to it before. So he climbs down the ladder on the inside, can't reach the snow, thinks it's solid snow, steps on it, whoosh! He's this deep in the filthiest, nastiest, most cold water in Nottingham, and then wanders back round with a bucket of snow and says, has anybody got a towel? Now, what he actually did was a while ago. It was a couple of years ago or so ago. But they gave him the swimming ring, and it's now tied to the Zamboni pit with Baz's assistance beware or something written on it in felt tip. So Baz, you're our Grimaldi clown moment of the week. Thanks for watching us. We hope you'll be there Friday at the arena in Nottingham when the Belfast Giants come to town to take on the GMB Nottingham Panthers. Our thanks this week to the guys from Earthing Services. Yeah. To Gareth Spike from My Zone. To Dan and Eddie. And to Ollie and Evan on the couch. My name's Gary Mann. You've been watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office in association with the GMB. Thanks for watching the show, and thanks for watching your GMB Nottingham Panthers.